everyone, I'm Lorie from Dee's. Today we are going to learn how to make a really cute versatile swag that you can use for many different uses. So we have a kit that's available at shopdeeslouisville.com, and in your kit will be all of the items that you need. So we have a piece of greenery garland that we're going to use as the base. You've got a leaf stem, your waterproof berries, 2 stems of sunflowers, your little picks with the pine cones, berries, and leaves, and your 3 ribbons. The only thing that you're going to need is some scissors and some wire cutters, and your wire is included in the kit. So let's get started. We're going to take our greenery piece. Yes, believe it or not, this is a piece of Christmas greenery garland. But I have found that this works great as a base to attach your pieces to and give you a foundation to begin with. So the great thing about this is if you're wanting to use this swag as a mailbox swag, this is flexible and it's going to be able to bend and keep its shape for you. So this is a great thing. Don't get rid of those old garlands that you have around because you'll be able to cut them up and use them for something. So we're simply going to go through and just fluff up all of our stems. So once we've got that fluffed up, you can either eyeball what you think is the halfway point, you can fold it and check it, or you can mark it with a piece of tape and measure. So I'm going to kind of bend my stems this way and that way to separate, and then you know where your center is. So to start out, I'm going to start out with these beautiful little picks that have an assortment on them. I really like these because you get your berries, your pine cones, your leaves, a little bit of eucalyptus. It has beautiful, pretty colors in it. So that's a nice little stem there. So I'm going to cut off just a little bit of that stem. And normally I'm not a real symmetrical person, but on this project we are going to be symmetrical. So I'm going to lay this right on top of my greenery, and we're going to use these twist ties to attach that stem in there. And it keeps it nice and secure. Then you can kind of fluff up your stem after you've got it in there. I'm going to take the other one. Make sure I remove my tags. Trim a little bit off. Fluff my stem up some. And we're going to go over to the other side. And again, we're just going to put it in there. Now, if you'd like, you can use your glue gun. Put a little glue on the end of your stems and put that in there. Or you don't even have to mess with your glue gun and just use your twist ties to hold your piece in. And you can see that's really secure and it's holding it really well in there. So it'll hold up just great for you. So I'm going to fluff that just a little bit, bring it to life. Next, we're going to take this leaf stem. I'll remove my price tag off of here. We don't want our swags to look like mini pearls, so we want to make sure we take off our price tags. So as you can see on this stem, I'm going to cut this and it's going to have 3 sections. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to cut right there. So then we have a section there. I'm going to come to the next part, cut. We have a section there. And then we have our last little piece. So each little section will have 2 sets of leaves. So we're going to start out, we're going to take this one and we're going to go over into this side of our swag. And we're going to lay that underneath that pick. And again, you can always glue or just take your greenery and twist it. And you can go back and kind of bend your leaves and kind of fluff them up to bring them to life. And you can judge how long you want it to be. I like mine to hang over and give it a little length. We're going to take the other stem and go to this side and do the exact same thing. Just going to slide it up in there underneath this top pick. And then use your twist ties to twist around and hold it into place. Again, I'm just going to kind of fluff it a little bit. These stems have wires in them, so they will fluff up for you. Kind of stand up and we'll spread them out a little bit. Okay, then that leaves our middle piece. This is your last piece on the stem, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to trim this off just a little bit shorter. And I'm going to go into the center of my swag and just lay it right in the middle. And again, take my twist ties and just twist it just like a brad tie. And you can bend these to go whichever direction you want. So we have a little going to the back and a little going to the front. So right now, we've got our stems on both sides. We've got our leaves. We're all ready to go. So next, we've got these beautiful sunflower stems. I think these are so pretty. They're some of my favorites. So you're going to get a stem. Each one is going to have 3 flowers. And the little bud is so cute. So we're going to put this right in here. Just tuck it right in the side. And again, if you want to put a little dot of glue, you can. Or if you don't want to use glue, that's fine. And again, we're just going to take our ties. We've got lots of ties here. And we're just going to twist our tie around to hold that securely in place. Then you can kind of bend it and fluff it up there. We're going to take our other one. And again, we're going to go to the other side and slide it right in. And then just use our twist to attach it in place. You can kind of bend these to perk them up. So there we are so far. So next, we've got our berries. These are waterproof berries that are great. They're beautiful crab apples. So I'm going to cut this one. This one is going to end up having 2 little sprays. And this one will have 2 little sprays. And then the rest of these, I'm just going to cut them apart separately. And we're going to go in and we're just going to tuck these right in here. Again, with the berries, you might want to use your glue. I just put a little bit of glue on the end. And you can just stick it right into your greenery and kind of twist that around and add those right in. I love adding the berries in because it gives you a little texture and some fun. I'm going to put a few coming out the center. Put another one over here. And then you can just fill in any space where you think you might want a little extra something. So last but not least, we have our ribbons. We have some really fun ribbons here. We've got the polka dot, a green, and a plaid. So don't be afraid to mix up your ribbons. I know if we dress like this, some people would think we were crazy, but for ribbons, it's really fun. So I'm just going to start out with my polka dot. I'm making a loop, gather, twist, gather. I'm going to grab my next color. I'm going to go to the green this time. And again, I'm going to leave some little tail hanging off. We're going to twist, gather, twist, gather. And now I'm going to add in my plaid, twist, gather. And as you notice, I kind of go in an X formation. So that way your colors are kind of spread out through your bow and they're not all grouped together. so you get a little bit of that color distributed everywhere. So we're going to take our wire that's enclosed in our kit, and we're just going to wire off the center of our bow. Just wrap it around, twist it like a bread tie, and then we're going to add this right to the center of our swag. Just going to put that around there in the center, and then I'm going to just tie it off in the back. Just twist it on just like you're twisting that bread tie. And I'm going to trim off my excess wire. So, you know, it's always so important to make sure you make your pretty little cuts. You can always do an angle cut. I prefer V cuts, but it's whatever you like. I'm going to make sure we trim all of our ends. And this ribbon is so pretty because it's wired, so it's going to stand up and keep its beautiful shape for you. It's just so pretty. Ribbon just makes the difference on so many things. So, as you can see, I've got tails going this way and tails going this way, so it'll be pretty from both sides. And then next, we're going to take our ribbon, and I'm going to lay one on one side of my orange. I put my orange polka dot in the center and one on the other. And I'm going to take my wire that we have, and I'm just going to wrap it around and twist it again, just like a bread tie. Trim my wire off a little bit. So we have some tails here. So I'm going to go up into my work piece, up close to the bow, and I'm going to wire those streamers right in up there. We're going to trim this because the other half of this is going to be for the other side. And I gave you enough ribbon so that you'll have a little extra in case you need it. So we're just going to trim these off. Again, I'm going to make my little cuts. And you can go through and you can always catch your ribbons with your greenery. If you want little curls, this can tuck in there. This can bend and tuck. Just work it right through. And we're going to go over to the other side and do the same thing again. I'm just going to take my ribbons, lay them all side by side, gather them up, take a piece of our wire, wrap it around the end just to keep them all bundled together, and go into this other side. Go up in there as close to the bow as you can. And I'm just going to wrap that wire around the entire base. And again, just twist it like a bread tie to connect it. Tucked my ends down in there a little bit so we can conceal our mechanics. And we're going to trim off our tails on this. And again, you can see you'll have plenty of ribbon because you've got a little extra to spare. I always like to have a little more because I hate to be short. Okay, so there you go. You have this beautiful swag that's all ready. Now, if the greenery bothers you to see that, it doesn't bother me. I think it blends right in and it just adds another color. If you have the time and patience, you could go in and trim those off, but I really don't think it's necessary. So, you have this beautiful swag. So first of all, this would be beautiful to put a little piece of wire on the back and use this on your door. So this would make a beautiful door swag if you're tired of the same old wreath look. This would be beautiful accent to anything, indoor or out. The other thing that you can use it for is, wouldn't this be beautiful as a table piece? I grabbed a couple of candlesticks. Mine don't match and yours don't have to match either. And we have some beautiful pumpkins. So you could go to your local market or farmer's market and pick up some gourds or pumpkins and just set them around. Have a little neutral pumpkin there and just kind of set those around. And how beautiful would that be as a table centerpiece or on a hutch? It would just be amazing. You could set a little turkey. You could put anything you want. So that is really quick and easy. And one other thing for you is you could also use this as a mailbox swag. We have this adorable mailbox, and we have some really cute mailbox covers. This is one that matches a very popular flag that we've shown. So what I like about this, and the great thing behind the garland piece as your base, is it's flexible. So we can bend this and shape this and put this on our mailbox and take a piece of wire on each end and just catch it underneath your mailbox. And what a beautiful addition. So the kit's available at shopdeeslouisville.com. Thanks for joining me, and stay tuned. We have lots of great videos to come.